Across 6 blocks near downtown Seattle, city streets have transformed. Part party, part protest,
I ain't done. 6 feet, man.
part public forum.
If you have a feeling that you'd like to express, please step up on the mic.
A place devoid of law enforcement and clinging to hope of self-policing.
So this is not a policing model, this is a community de-escalation model where we're accountable to each other.
After weeks of protest, of clashes with police, protesters flooded City Hall and blocks away roped off these avenues as the people's.
They lost control of the situation because they realized that they couldn't intimidate us.
The mayor told the Seattle Police Department to remove barriers and abandon its own precinct, angering the department's chief.
I asked you to stand on that line day in and day out, to be pelted with projectiles, to be screamed at, threatened, and in some cases hurt. Then to have a change of course nearly 2 weeks in, it seems like an insult to you and our community.
A different story from the mayor, who protesters want out.
There is no threat right now to the public, and we're taking that very seriously. We're meeting with businesses and residents.
The precinct is now a centerpiece of the so-called autonomous zone.
We don't really have people in charge. This is collectively organized.
Civilian guards are armed, legal under Washington's open carry law, stationed at barricaded entrances.
We can't allow ourselves to be mollified by anything less than what we started out for, which is abolition of policing as we know it in this country.
But the music and the smell of gourmet hot dogs wafting through the air makes the point of all this hard to find.
Don't try to shut the black community out.
Victoria Beach has been protesting for days.
This isn't what we want, and it's our protest. Yes, we need everybody to make a change, but they're leading. Follow us. We don't want any of this.
Online, a group has published a list of 30 demands, sweeping changes to criminal justice, the economy, healthcare, and education. But on the ground, that message appears lost.
You know, they were talking about now putting a farm here. I don't know what it is. I wish I knew their agenda, but it's not Black Lives Matter or what happened to George Floyd.
The conflict, a microcosm of a nation struggling to establish the depth of the sickness we face and the right way to respond to it.
This is white privilege at its finest right here. You know, if the black community was armed the way they are and up here doing that, it would have been war with the police. And the mayor is allowing this?
President Trump is calling the demonstrators domestic terrorists and saying if Seattle leaders don't take back the city, he will.
He is desperately trying to start the old fights and the old divisions that put him in power in the first place.
We're tired of being shot and killed.
But on the ground in Seattle, the new fight is hard to define.
We are attempting to rectify the monumental wrongs that have been done to people of color by European settler colonialism.
Making solutions murky.
The goal might be different depending on who you ask, but change for sure.
A glimpse of a policeless utopia that may be far from utopia at all.
We need every race, every color involved to help us. But like I said, let us lead and follow us.
James Packard, Newsy.